Why choosing UBIS? Well, we think UBIS provides you with a whole array of interesting options for your studies. First, UBIS is very international, not only by its faculty body, but also because we welcome students from generally all over the world. Should it be Africa, Latin America, Europe and the Middle East, and of course, the booming Asia. Additionally, UBIS has a sister university, which is named University of the Potomac in Washington, D.C., with whom we currently deliver a dual degree, should it be at bachelor or master level. Another asset of UBIS is that we are quite experienced not only in delivering traditional on-ground courses, but we equally deliver a substantial level of blended courses, meaning by this online and on-ground combination, or pure online courses for which we have a substantial expertise in e-learning and can provide you with experienced faculty members in that area. Talking about the faculty, I would like to add that you will benefit from very experienced people, top-notch professionals who will be able to clearly bring us and bring you with a good sharing of their experience, with very interactive classes, and create an atmosphere which is not only auspicious to knowledge acquisition, but also to a good interactive session during which you may benefit from the participants themselves and their experience, but also from that tremendous level of experience they will bring into the classroom. And this is equally true for online or blended courses. At UBIS, you will benefit from different programs that you might choose of. At bachelor level, we do offer the very interesting Bachelor of Business Administration program, which is a basic knowledge program when it comes to business practices and equally basic business or fundamental business knowledge that you need to undertake and understand the business world today. At this same level, we also deliver Bachelor of International Relations. This bachelor study focuses more on the international relations major topics such as conflict and peace resolution, international relations stories, international organizations, all these kind of topics that you have to deal with in an international environment. We also insist that during these studies in international relations, you are equally focusing on business topics such as strategy, accounting, and of course project management or entrepreneurship. Why this? Because we think those kind of topics are equally important in the field of international relations today. Here near UBIS, we have a lot of NGOs and international organizations. They all confronted with curtailed budgets. They're all confronted with crisis or emergency situations. Those business courses will help you to face that. At master level, we do deliver the very well-known, worldwide recognized MBA program, for which we have been classified at the top level of global management programs. This MBA program entails the major topics that you will find and need for general business education at this executive level. It can be delivered in a full-time formula or equally on a part-time blended formula. You will also, by the same token, be able to undertake a Master of Arts in International Relations, which will be the complement to original studies in international relations at bachelor level, or constitute a means for some students who did previous studies to be recognized and get some transfers of credit for undertaking these studies from different fields. last but not least, we do organize since this year, and this is a brand new program, a specific MBA program concentrating on emerging markets. This is something very important that brings the possibility for young European or alike students that want to get a focus on emerging markets and increase their chances to find a better job, to build up the business in that very dynamic region itself. It will comprise 6 months of study in Geneva, 6 months of studies in Bangkok, where we have a partnership, and equally 4 months of additional and final study in an emerging country or market of their choice. Last but not least, considering what we have said, we also deliver industry-specific program. What do we mean by this? Let's suppose you are interested in oil and gas industry because you come from a key producer like Azerbaijan or Kazakhstan. Let's suppose you're interested in the luxury field and want to improve your competencies in that area. Let's suppose you are interested in the newly emerging clean tech industry. You will equally benefit from our programs. We offer a large array of industry-specific programs. Please do not hesitate to revert to us for any question in those specific programs. We are even able to create specific programs upon request. And let me specifically introduce to you a specific program that we will do in cooperation with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Federation of Russia, with the Chamber of Commerce in St. Petersburg and our exclusive partner IIBN in Russia. We will, in this program, focus on 5 key topics that are related, of course, to the MBA students concerned. But since our participants are top executives, we rather will focus on not only the content itself, but the level of interaction that such an audience might expect from such a course. To this purpose, we will use a lot of case studies. We will confront point of view so that it might emerge as a true contribution and sharing with the audience. And this is our aim, and we are sure we can do it. So let me talk to you about my specific course, because I'm keenly interested to meet this audience of top executives from Russia. My course will be about strategic management. In other words, creating sustainable value for companies, especially in that case Russian companies with an international scope. The course will especially focus on this sustainability and how to build new sources of competitive advantage, especially since the international competitive landscape is evolving very fast. It will look at the sources of competitive advantage and the role of innovation as a result of the mobilization of competences. This course, which I name strategy, but with a focus on creating sustainable value, will cover mostly strategic approach and business model, charting companies' direction, mission, vision, objective, and strategy to make a good package which is consistent and congruent, evaluating a company's external and internal environment, which becomes more and more challenging, evaluating companies' resources, capability, and competitiveness, talking or discussing the 5 generic competitive strategies and way to adapt to changing reality, how to strengthen a competitive position, how to go for international market competitive strategies, especially with the Blue Ocean strategy and more, and also how to diversify and manage multi-business companies, with also some hints about ethics, corporate social responsibility, environmental sustainability, all involved into strategy execution. Last but not least, we will also address the corporate culture and leadership issues which can either favor or hamper the success of a good strategy. The learning outcomes will probably be at least three. How to think strategically about a firm's environment with a dynamic perspective, how to explore the contrasting features of generic competitive strategy, and especially how to improve corporate performance and attractiveness through the assessment of internationalization or diversification moves. This will be done not just by pure lecturing, but on the opposite, with an extensive exchange of experiences and a constructive confrontation of point of views and cultural perception in strategic thinking and deployment. We will use a lot of cases. We will try to contextualize whatever we come up with so that you might benefit at the maximum stage of this interesting course. When it comes to the content, we will start with the origins of strategy, because obviously strategy at the very beginning emerged as a term used in war times or for war situation. So we will explore from the beginning a Western Asian perspective and two major characters in that area, meaning Karl von Clausewitz and Sun Tzu, who were the main authors on key theoretical books on the subject of strategy on war. One is named On War by Karl von Clausewitz, the second one, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, the famous Chinese strategist. These major characters and their books and teachings are currently used in a lot of areas, not only in the sphere of politicians or in the field of arts and obviously the military, but equally and more in business schools. So I would like to share and deeply study with you all the implications for the actual economic war we are all facing. We will discuss the company environment. We'll make a deep analysis on that with very interesting case. Value growth and the company positioning to make sure that we are at par with whatever the market and your client might expect. We might explore new strategies to enter international markets. We might assess the value of your current strategy around teamwork case studies. And finally, we will look at organizational consideration for success of strategies and cultural factors and leadership issues. All these elements, I think, will contribute heavily to not only share the level of knowledge we have acquired, but especially to design and try to execute strategies that will clearly position your companies and yourself as a top executive as key contributors to the marketplace. Thank you very much for your attention. Hello everyone, and welcome to the UBIS International Community. I'm Philippe Laurent, Dean of UBIS and Professor of Strategy and Management. I have 35 years of experience behind myself already, especially at the helm of companies of international groups active in the field of luxury industry, like precious metals, branded products, or services like education and training, mostly for executive and adult education. Before my current position as a dean, I was the CEO of an international group of companies creating and distributing worldwide highly innovative toys and games for the development of children aged 0 to 7 years old. As you know, nowadays, for companies, the stakes are higher. The risks have never been so volatile. The information value never been so low and of quick disappearance. And the decision-making process more and more complex and challenging. There is a sentence that I like very much from a very interesting character who used to be the president of Czechia, who was a poet, who was a writer, for whom I have a high esteem. His name is Václav Havel, and he wrote something which I think very relevant for characterizing what we will discuss together in this field. That is, nowadays we live in a world where everything seems possible, but nothing can be held for certain. Thank you very much.